Okay, time for a video. So, as I don't have the case notes of this particular letter, I'm only going to comment on grammar and vocabulary. Okay? And as you see, this is purely for teaching purposes. That's it. I'm not making anything out of this, non-profit and educational. If anyone has any issues with this, you can get in touch, but I'm not taking any videos down in the future. Good luck with finding me in Eastern Europe. So here we go. Let's have a look at this. So I'm just going to run through grammar and vocab here. Okay. So I'm writing to refer Mr. Warden to you for surgery. Now, okay. Why is there a comma here? I'm writing to one of you. A surgery who is presenting. I would be grateful if you could manage this patient. Okay, I'm writing to refer Mr. Warden for surgery who is presenting with features. You don't really need that. That comma, you can take it out. Surgery who's presenting with features is about lateral ankle hernia. I would be grateful if you could manage this patient. Well, okay, but you can put that sentence in, but it's not strictly necessary, really. But, okay, we can leave it. Now, the next thing is, as I mentioned, have mentioned before on several occasions, don't just drop in a sentence without some explanation. So, you say, okay, I am referring Mr. Warden to you for surgery. Oh, Mr. Warden drinks 2 to 4 glasses of wine and 1 to 2 glasses of scotch at the weekend. Well, I'm sure that's very useful information, but do we need it immediately there? Now, I think I remember the case notes from this. Isn't it? Isn't this the guy who was lifting heavy objects in his garden? He was lifting some logs, and he got himself a hernia. I think so. So, if that's the case, surely that's what we should be talking about. That's what should be the main information here. So, I wouldn't put this in. I mean, I wouldn't put this in at all. You could simply say something like, well, if you need to, put it in the information, social medical history paragraph, and I will put it farther down at the bottom of the letter. You could say something like, regarding his social medical history, for your information, Mr. Warden is a regular drinker of alcohol, blah, 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 hypertension, etc. But I don't really think the surgeon needs this information right here, if he needs it at all. So, and if it's a weekend, we always need a definite article, the weekend. Okay. So, was diagnosed, that's passive, good, with hypertension 5 years ago. Simple past passive, that's good. He's allergic to penicillin. Short sentence, you can use them occasionally. Try not to overuse them when you can make a complex sentence. Mr. Warden presented for a routine checkup. Upon examination, his blood pressure was a small schedule. He was scheduled. Okay. Now I would put a preposition scheduled for a review consultation 3 months later. For 3 months later, well, you don't need 4. Scheduled for review consultation 3 months later. On review today. Oh yes. Another point. I've just noticed we don't need a period. No, you don't need it. You only need it if the word is an abbreviation of something else like professor or admiral or superintendent or something such as that. We've posted this many times in the group. If it's a simple Mr. or Mrs. Miss, you don't need a period after it, only if it's an abbreviation. Okay. Mr. Warden came reporting a regular dull ache in his right groin. There was an increase in the swelling, blood pressure. Don't need the capital there. Okay. Surgery. Okay. So this is in terms of grammar, right? In terms of vocabulary, and grammar, this is not bad at all. Okay, I say, you know, I would put an article in front of weekend. Okay, I would get rid of that comma, put an article at weekend, put a preposition there. Okay, take that preposition out. The only thing that I would comment on about the layout task achievement, I think, again, I don't have the case notes to hand, but I believe this is the one about the guy who was doing something at, was it, I can't remember if it was at work or if he was gardening and he lifted some heavy object, but I think there must be something in the case notes that would mention this, and if so, that should be included, how he came to have a hernia, you know, so you just said, okay, he's come for a checkup, oh, and it seems he has got a hernia, without explaining how. As I say, without the case notes, it's difficult to say, but I believe the case notes mention something about him lifting, and that's, you know, and that's why. So task fulfillment and layout might not score so highly as they should in this case. Again, without the case notes to hand, very difficult for me to say, but that's just my initial observations. So, not too bad, not too bad. In terms of vocabulary and grammar, it's good. But task achievement, layout could possibly do with a bit of work. Okay?